Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Let's just get down to it.
Welcome to Sweet Tea with Coach Key. Coach Key.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Real life stories of inspiration, perseverance, and prosperity.
Turn your radio up as loud as possible.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
I hope you have your teacups ready because she has the sugar.
Nothing like a cup of brown sugar to sweeten my day.
Now let's enjoy some Sweet Tea with Coach Key.
Sweet Tea with Coach Key. Welcome to this week's episode of Sweet Tea with Coach Key. This week, I really want to talk about balance. And I know oftentimes it's tough to find balance, especially with women. I remember having a conversation with my husband a couple years back, and I was like, all you do is work. And he looked at me, and it kind of sounded offensive for me to say all you do is work, because of course he does other things. He cooks, he helps take care of the kids in the house. But to that, what I meant was, when you get off work, everything that you do is a choice. I mean, it's pretty much at your leisure. In addition to me working, I also cook, I clean. There's a lot of other obligations as a mom. I respond to teachers. I make sure that I'm of course, my husband responds to teachers also, but I am the first line of defense. His job and what he does not allow him to be on his phone just at a drop of a dime, you know. So a lot of things, I'm that person. I'm the first line of defense. And I enjoy being that for my family. It's a pleasure to be that for my family, because I guess I'm sort of a kind of like, I don't want to say control freak, but it makes me feel good about, knowing what's going on. And even if it's something that I do not take ownership of and handle, even if I do, it's something that my husband takes care of, it makes me feel good that, one, I know what's going on, and two, we're working together collaboratively to tackle anything that we are facing. But back to the point is, as women, we take on a lot. We have a lot. And again, we most times are the first line of defense. And we delegate tasks according to what somebody else can handle based on their expertise and their tolerance and, their knowledge. But a lot of times we find stuff out on our own. We'll do the research. We'll Google. We'll figure it out. And we'll do it on our own, as opposed to opting to have someone else do it. And that oftentimes makes us feel overwhelmed, stretched very, very thin, and also like we're not making the progress that we're actually making. And I just want to say also, not just to you all, but to myself, there are things that we can, first thing, very first thing, there are things that we do not have control over. There are things that we do not have control over. And a lot of times we are stressing and trying to manipulate a situation. It may not even be in a bad way, but trying to overexert ourselves doing something that we have no control over. And that comes from a lack of faith, right? That comes from a lack of faith, because if you know you don't have control over it, that's just like me trying to control the temperature in the White House. I have no control over that. Or anything else that happens in the White House. I have no control over that. So, I'm talking about, especially like as it relates to the president and president period, his wife, and with us voting, and we do have control in some form at a certain level, but realistically speaking, we do not have control, as I don't have control of anything that happens in your house. I don't have control over that. But one of the things is we operate in a space we don't have control. 2, we don't delegate. And 3, we often feel like we are in a place where we have to take care of things on our own, and nobody else knows how to help us. And the last thing is, we have this time constraint. We're pushing to do something that doesn't have to happen today, or we're doing things that need to happen today later on, and it has a negative effect. Procrastinating. And I just want to say, what this does is it puts you in zombie mode, right? When you're in zombie mode, you're not living, you're just existing. You're just going through the motions. Have you ever gotten to the end of a month or beginning of a new month? You're like, where did the time go? Like, oh my goodness, this time is going by so rapidly. Or you're doing something. Okay, so I remember times when I've been driving. I haven't been on the phone, haven't been texting, just driving, no music on, and I'll pass an exit. I know the route. I'm not following the GPS. I'll just pass an exit. And it's not because I'm focused on my phone or anything else. I'm in my mind. I'm in my head, and I'm thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. Or sending text messages and forget to hit send. Or anything that you do unconsciously, it's not subconscious, unconsciously, because you're not paying attention to what you're doing. And you have to make a conscious effort to make sure that you aren't overexerting yourself, and then you're numb and invisible, so to speak, in certain places. Your body is there, but your mind, your spirit, your will is not in the place where it needs to be. And oftentimes we do this because we don't have balance. Balance, what is that? I have a clear example as to what balance is. Balance should always be a reflection of what your values are. Let me say that again. Balance should always be a reflection of what your values are. If you have an opportunity to take in some extra hours at the office for Christmas, but you've worked your regular hours, but there's a lot of Christmas things going on for the kids at school, after school, you do not have to attend every single extra holiday spirit activity. Also, you do not have to take advantage of every single hour for overtime. Excuse me. If you know that you're tired and you're overexerting yourself, that is a clear indication to stop. Our Bible tells us to honor our bodies. It's our temple. And that's just not eating. That's also taking care of our mind, body, and spirit. And that comes from balance. When you're out of balance, you are not showing up. That is the best way that I can explain it to you. Because if you're out of balance, like I said, you're pretty much invisible. Because the full you, the whole you, the 100%, you, wonderful, blessed, oh my goodness, abundant, anointed you that you are not showing up because you are overwhelmed. And a lot of my clients have told me, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to come. I don't know. And the very first thing I say is, have you prayed about this? Have you prayed about this? And after you pray about it, you need to, I hate saying you need to, but I'm saying you need to because I'm talking to myself also, as I said in the beginning. So when I talk to myself, I say you need to. But when I talk to other people, I cannot stand that. And I can't stand when people say that to me. But talking to myself, I need to then go through my obligations and determine what it is that I can delegate, determine what it is that's important, determine what it is that I cannot delegate, and determine what it is that I do not have to do right now. And from those things, I organize them based on my values. What is more important right now? Is it more important for me to work 80 hours this week? Or is it more important for me to work more like 60 hours and spend more time at the gym, spend more time with the kids, and plan a date within those hours for me and my husband? You know what I mean? So you're getting the work plus play plus the overtime. You're doing it all as opposed to trying to work all the overtime, spend all of this time in office to have money that you're too tired, you're too stressed out, you're too overwhelmed, you're too burdened to even spend. And then when something happens, when God slows you down or that you have to take care of, then you're all discombobulated. Moms, women, sis, oh my goodness. We have got to get a better hold of the things that we're doing on a daily basis because a lot of us are not showing up. We're going through life in zombie mode, overwhelmed and invisible. I hope this message blesses you and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.